morning musings from the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. Today is actually quite a beautiful day. It's been stormy and windy and cold this past week, and it looks like today maybe we're coming back into the beautiful summer season or late spring season, I should say, moving into summer. Today in the studio, I am going to be doing another YouTube video, and it's going to be about just what do you do with a piece of canvas? Can you just paint on a canvas, like just like tape it up and just paint on it without stretching it, without putting it on a support? Just all of that work, and how do you do it? And there's some advantages to working just on loose canvas rather than especially if you're doing large works, obviously, because when I'm painting here on this little tiny island, and I need to ship my paintings mostly to the States. You guys over there are the ones that really love these island paintings of Greece. And so oftentimes when I'm doing a larger painting, it's, you know, it feels like it's just more dangerous to ship. It's much more expensive for you out there who are buying the painting to have it packaged up correctly and without any fear of your painting getting damaged. So what I often do, and what I mostly do, is do a loose roll and put it in a protective tube and ship it that way. And that's the safest way, as far as I can tell, unless I'm putting it in a box. But who wants to pay for, a full wooden box, super heavy, super expensive, it's just not practical. So I often use just loose canvas, and I spent a lot of time in the beginning trying to figure out, do I have to, stretch the canvas on the support, and that's the only way you can do it. And then afterwards, you take it off the support and roll it up. And, back in the day, I was searching on YouTube for answers to this, and on various groups as well that I was on. I saw this guy. I remember it very clearly. I don't remember the video. I don't know who it was. I wish I did. I'm sorry. But, he was an artist, and he just taped this canvas to the top of a board. Actually, it was on his wall. He just taped it to his wall and painted. It was not stretched. The bottom of the piece, wasn't even taped down. It was just like this like very loose, flabby thing, and he was painting on it. And I thought, well, isn't that wrong? Like, you're not supposed to do it that way. And I searched more, and then you have the very, very official, you put it on the support, you have to stretch it, you have to have these tools to do it correctly, and all of that. And so I learned how to do that as well. And that was basically what I did. But I think I'm going to use this upcoming video to just kind of talk about alternative ways to your classic stretching on stretching your canvas with the various tools that you can use, and just a pretty simple way to attach your canvas to a board. I use these MDF boards, and they're just fine. They're just fine. As an alternative, I think if depending on where you are as an artist, you will use what you can use, and it also depends on where you live, right? Because if you're living on a tiny Greek island, for example, and you have no art stores, you have to use what you can. You have to be resourceful. You have to figure things out. You have to be a little bit looser on what you are supposed to do. So if I am supposed to have my linen or canvas in a particular way to be a valid artist, well, that ain't gonna happen here. So, uh, so what can I work with? How can I loosen up and not get attached to the ideals of how you're supposed to be an artist, and kind of let go and be creative, you know? So this is where I come to with this idea. When I am doing studies and practice pieces, you guys lighten up, just paint on what you can paint, do what you can do your practice, do your studies, let loose and allow the creativity to work, to flow through you. The more you crunch down on what you're supposed to be doing and putting things in its little boxes, you're messed up. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, you guys. It's not going to work. Lighten up. The most important thing in your painting career, in your tiny little studio, the most important thing is this question: am I having fun? Is this any fun? Is this fun? Is this enjoyable? That's what I need you to think about. So let go of the woulds and the shoulds and have tos. Just whoosh out of the studio, out, 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 out. We don't need you here. We do not need you here. There is a time to constrict yourself even more, to restrict that creative flow even more. When, like for example, with this seascape that I have done in this study, to do on a larger canvas, especially if it's a commissioned piece, then I will come to the painting in a completely different way, in a much more structured way, creating everything that needs to be done. I will be painting it on stretcher bars. I will stretch the canvas. I will work with it. I will properly gesso it and have everything the way it needs to be. That's when I will get really strict on what I'm painting. When I'm doing studies, no, And even if I'm going to do I'm going to do a larger version of this seascape here. And I have some ideas that I want to work with about how the sun comes around the rocks, in this area here, if you can see it. I've got still some sunlight coming in the window, morning sunlight. So, I mean, I have things that I'm working with, and I want to do it on a larger canvas. Will I make it so that it's going to be sellable? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I can do it the right way and still have fun and just enjoy it. And that, you guys, is the number one reason why you're in your tiny little studio anyways. First, it's to have fun. Are you enjoying yourself? So if you do come to your little tiny studio today and you're really not enjoying yourself, find a way to relax with that. Maybe not paint, draw, do some sketches, do some notans. Oh, and by the way, members, Friday I have set up I've set up a Zoom call, 5 o'clock my time. I have also uploaded the apple blossoms. Let's do a few notans. Let's do a few value sketches, and kind of like get the habit and the pattern of putting your painting together, starting with this more abstract area up in here where you're still visualizing and figuring out how you want to put the painting together, and then beginning to communicate it out through notans, through value sketches, and color sketches. I actually put up there to do like little tiny large mass. You're not going to do details in these, but using different colors. How do you want to go, like with a red green complementary color kind of scheme, a tertiary color kind of scheme? How do you want to go about doing this? So if anybody is not in the members group and you guys are interested in doing this with us, please sign up. Click on the little join button. It's somewhere there, and join us. It's $2.99 a month. I mean, that's it. And we get together and have live Zoom calls and little projects that we do, and you get live full-length videos as I'm going about painting and my thought process, so you can paint along with me, or just listen to what I'm thinking. And I'm sure you can get bits and pieces of how I work that will help you and work with you and what you're doing in your tiny studio. So let's have some fun today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the sunshine.